Hello dear World of Warcraft friends, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today I have a new format that I want to try doing once a week. It's about news that by themselves are relatively small and not worth their own video. In the future, I still want to cover them in some way. That's why we're making a video now where we put these small news items together. In the first episode, we have a viral internet meme that Blizzard will eventually honor in-game. Or actually, it's not really a meme, it's a cute animal, but it's still very, very cool. We have a possible collaboration between World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons and so on and so forth. So there's a lot in it. It's definitely worth sticking around. It's also worth subscribing if you want to support me. And with that, let's get started. We'll start off with the collaboration between World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons. At the end of July, there's a convention where it's all about board games and whatever else. And now a website called Roll20.net accidentally released an article announcing a collaboration between D&D and World of Warcraft. And apparently this is supposed to be announced at that convention. So all in all, this is what we're seeing here. Your choices, your story, Roll for Azeroth, D&D, World of Warcraft pre-orders are now live. Accordingly, I don't know what the schedule of this convention looks like, but since it's from July 30th to August 2nd, it's very, very likely that everything will be presented there, and the pre-orders will probably start then as well. So if you're a fan of this whole thing, I mean Dungeons and Dragons and World of Warcraft, then feel free to check it out. There's also a post on Reddit that picked up on all these rumors again. The community is actually very, very excited about the potential plans. I can't say, I have no idea about Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played it, but I know there are a lot of fans, so I think it's a pretty cool thing, and probably something you can make a lot of money with. Speaking of good things, it's about Jimothy. And I just think that's a really awesome story. I'll be honest, I hadn't heard anything about it at all. I only heard about it through Blizzard, actually. Actually, if you search for Jimothy on Google, let me show you this real quick. If you search for Jimothy here, you'll see this little raccoon running across the screen. So it's really unbelievably cute. And apparently it's a raccoon that's roaming around in Seattle, USA. And it suffers from a disease that causes it to have a shortened spine. So it's not really squished, that's actually how it looks. Here you can see the whole thing. And you can imagine, as is usually the case with animals on the internet, this raccoon went totally viral. People absolutely loved him. I hope Jimothy is still doing well. I mean, despite this illness. Why he's called Jimothy now, honestly, I have no idea. But it's a cute thing. Everyone posted about him. After that, Blizzard also posted a picture of him. And a lot of people said, God, we need him in the game. We need him in World of Warcraft. And Blizzard responded, you asked, Jimothy answered, coming soon to Azeroth. So, soon in Azeroth, and it looks like we're going to get our own Jimothy pet. And I think that's a really, really cool thing, even though I don't like pets as much as mounts. But the fact is, and this is something that has always made Blizzard special for me, that they picked up things from current pop culture, Easter eggs, and so on. And here too, the fact that they're picking this up and just bringing Jimothy directly as a pet, does he look particularly impressive? No. But is he incredibly cute? Yes. I want him, and I think it's cool that Blizzard is bringing this in. So definitely a thumbs up for that. And news number 3. There's a housing picture that a player made that changes depending on where you're standing. So the whole thing is in this Alliance versus Horde conflict, and we see it here, be Anamorphic Alliance and Horde from one cluster of nonsense. He just put a few, what are those, wooden stakes or something in the air here, and depending on which direction you look at them from. As you can see here, from one side it's the Alliance logo, and if you walk around it a bit, it turns into the Horde logo. So I don't know how anyone even comes up with the idea to design something like that. And I definitely wouldn't be able to design something like that myself. That has to be said. But I think it's incredibly cool. It looks really, really funny. Unfortunately, as you can see here, he posted the whole thing on Reddit. There's no tutorial for it. That's actually really, really unfortunate. But he also integrated it into his house in a really cool way. So there's a red carpet here with this Horde tabard frame and little chair. And on the other side, the same thing in blue with the Alliance tabard frame. And if you sit on the little chair or just stay in this spot, then you'll have this look like you see in the picture. Then it will be displayed correctly for you. And if you stand somewhere in between, like here, then it just looks like some kind of clusterfuck of beams floating in the air. So again, a really, really awesome idea. I don't even want to know how long it took to design all of this. But the housing shows that almost nothing is impossible in World of Warcraft when it comes to housing. And I have to say, even though this feature didn't grab me as much as I thought it would in the end, the housing has an incredible number of possibilities, and just for that, it's really, really cool. And yes, with that, we want to wrap up this first episode of the mini news. I'm looking forward to Jimothy the Raccoon. I think that's the coolest announcement this week. And I'll say this, in probably 2 or 3 weeks, things will get better again. That's probably when patch 12.1 will be released. So from then on, we'll once again have daily news, tips, tricks, and so on. Then the summer slump will be over. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, see you in the next video. Have a good time and take care.